Get them. Okay, find each difference. If you scored awesome on questions 1 through 10, and you bombed questions 11 through 20, it's an easier fix than you realize because you forgot that you cannot subtract negatives. Okay, I gave you just a little hillbilly idea of you can't subtract negatives, otherwise I would never pay a bill. Subtracting a negative is illegal. So we change it to adding the second numbers opposite. Now, that's the key to this. It's the second number's opposite. Some people are crazy. They think it's adding a negative. No. Adding the second number's opposite. Okay, once I change this gets rolled back to second grade, first grade. 2 plus 2 is 4, I'm done. Next question, 8 minus 7. Don't go crazy on it. You could do it as plus a negative 7. Subtract absolute values. 8 minus 7 is 1. Keep the sign of 8. You could if you really want to. But there's no mathematical law and rule that says I can't do that question. 8 minus 7 is 1. Done. Now I roll over to here. I have negative 1 minus 10. Okay. This negative right here tells me I cannot do any subtraction with negatives in front or back. This gets changed to adding the second number's opposite. This becomes a negative 10. This is I have 1 wrong on the front, I have 10 wrong on the back, I have 11 wrong. Negative 11. I'm going to get you guys talking in a second once I flip to the next page. Next one, negative 8 minus a negative 6. We get crazy. We can do word problems with these eventually. I owed $8. They told me, forget about paying back 6 of it. They told me to forget about paying back 6 of it. I only owe you $2 then. So we can transition into harder word problems eventually. Negative 8 minus a negative 6 becomes plus a positive 6. Okay, 1 positive, 1 negative. 4 ideas that you have to know when you add integers. You cannot add the red and the black. You can't put a negative and a positive together. You will subtract. That's your second idea. You will subtract absolute values. And you will keep the sign of the larger absolute value. So that's all explained in videos on 1 through 10. Opposite sign, subtract. 8 minus 6. 2. Keep the sign. Keep the sign of what you had the most of. You have more negatives. Negative 2. Flip to the back page. Here's where you guys come in. Help out. Become volunteers. Question 15, 11 minus 4. Please don't overthink. Who wants to give me the answer? Vince.
7.
Oh, you're awesome, Vince. You're awesome. Now, don't overthink questions. You could change it to plus a negative 4, but it's not needed. Next question. This comes into, I saw somebody, I felt bad. They did all these questions totally, absolutely, positively correct. They forgot to do something. 18 minus 41. You owe me, if you have $18 and you owe me $41, can you pay me back? If you have $18 and you owe $41 for a sweatshirt or something like that, can you pay the whole thing? No. So you switch this to adding the opposite. Now, common mistake that people get, you get too careless with your math. Math is a vertical thing that was taught to you a long time ago. 41 minus 18. Yeah, you got to roll back to your 4th, 5th, 6th grade skills. Borrow. You got to show your work. I'm not going to let you use that dollar calculator. Cancel. Borrow. 11 minus 8 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Now, here's the hardest part. You did all this thinking work. You got to remember to include the sign of the larger absolute value. Negative 23. Next one, I love the question. Negative 1 minus a negative 3. Plus a positive 3. Okay, I'm old. I still show work even on the dumbest questions, easiest questions. Opposite sign, subtract absolute values. I write it out of 3 minus 1 is 2. It takes me approximately 1 second to show that work, and it organizes my thoughts. Keep the sign of 3, circle it. Got 3 more to go? No? Yeah, I got to hear from you guys. You want to be heard on the internet. You can tell me. 16. I'm turning it over to you guys. What's the first thing I have to do, think, or say, or plan out? Tyler.
Add the opposite.
Why am I adding the opposite? I can't subtract negatives in the front or the back, any negative. Otherwise, if I was allowed to subtract negatives, what would I do? If I was allowed to subtract negatives, what am I going to do as soon as I get home? Kiara. I'm going to go to my mailbox, throw all my bills away. It'd be awesome. They can't do that. So, this changes into add the opposite. Now, go old school. 48, 31, line up with the columns. Who wants to give me the answer? Oh boy, I get great handwriting, huh? Who's got my answer? Alexis. I go 9, 7, 79, surplus. Next question, number 18, negative 38 minus 30. You know, high school kids combine like terms. They say negative 38, negative 30, bam, negative 68. I don't want to transition to that quick, easy thought yet. I want you to show your work. Can't subtract negatives. Who can tell me how to rewrite this question? Tell me how to rewrite it. Yeah. What do I write? Plus negative 30. Put a nice little mathematical hug parenthesis around that. I got two negatives. Add them up. Negative 38. Negative 30. You know what? I many times will put my two negative signs there to remind me that at the very end I need a negative. Who wants to give me the answer? Cody. Well, it's 68. I'm going to write that just like you said it. I'm going to say, what kind of 68? Why? No. Who can tell me why? That's a good effort, though. Nick?
The sign of the number.
Oh, no. Not because the sign the bigger number. I'm glad I'm asking these questions. You guys see it, too. Haley? They're both negative. I keep it. 38 wrong on one side, 30 on the other side wrong. You got minus 68. Or, I owe $30, I owe $38, I owe $68. So I'm glad I'm asking those questions. The video's getting long, but I don't care. Gives you 7 minutes to learn online. Next question, negative 1 minus a negative 40. Plus positive 40. This is opposite signs. This is opposite signs. 40 minus 1. 39, keep the sign of 40, we are done. Now, that'll give you plenty of opportunity